Hello, those interested and concerned and who can take action against these people, my enemies. They have done a lot behind my back, my family's back, and I would like someone to stand up and take action if possible. And I had to take recourse like this because I've been to the police and they said they can't do anything. So they are very clever. They can even do something in Dubai because things have happened and I've seen some things happen. Like one night when I was here in Dubai, my friend took me out for dinner, and then when we were coming back, there was this car and there were two men in the car, and the one in the driving seat was looking at us. And there are certain people here I've known who had a fight, but the police came very, very late. They were terribly injured, I was told. Yes, and even in the news I've read that some lady was taken and she was raped afterwards. She was taken to a remote place in the desert or something. Yes, somewhere in the desert, and then she was raped. I think he was a taxi driver, or he was someone who told her that he would give her a lift and then raped her. So the thing is that before this happens, and I know that there is an enemy from Pakistan also who has been after my family and me. And yes, and like in London, when I was in London, I've known someone who, as a British Airways stewardess, came with my friend. My friend was also in the British Airways. She had become a stewardess, and I know the person involved in this. How shall I say this? Okay, the person who was with my friend is a relative of David Qasim's friend, Louis Sheikh, and Khurram Sheikh. So the way they come, even to London, I found out this much later. I didn't actually realize or ask where the two girls were from, but I was told recently on the internet that one of them was a friend, a relative of this person, and this person was Louis Sheikh. So Louis Sheikh and Khurram Sheikh are relatives, and I didn't even know Louis Sheikh was a relative of Khurram Sheikh up till recently, and they know David Qasim. So in a very clever manner, they could send someone, and there are many enemies. I'm risking my life here, and even not by saying this, because there are two enemies, and anyone can be doing this in Dubai also. I've had crank calls and I've told them off, and I've told them that I'm working in human rights, private right now. So anyone who harasses women here, I'm going to take action, and they're not supposed to harass me. Now I know that I don't have to talk so much to them. I can immediately call the police when this happens again here. Yeah, and about London, this other girl, the third girl, include in my friend with my friend, there were three girls of British Airways stewardess. So the third girl said something said something to me, or I didn't want to see that picture or something, and she got really irritated with me. Like like I've been told that by this force, that all this irritation, provocation, I'm feeling today as they're telling me something against my late aunt, my mother's second eldest sister. My mother was the eldest. So I'm feeling a provocation and compulsion to say something. I mean, bring it out. And I don't know where to go. And this has gone on for a very long time now. And many crimes have taken place. So this is more than, it's more than provocation now. The energy is just provoking me and pressurizing me. So I have to say this. Now I had to go out and, I thought that as a lawyer, I will do my private part in social reform, social justice, and welfare of the people. So sometimes it doesn't work, the court doesn't work. We have to do our own part in reformation and finding these people like black magic, who are doing black magic. So I wanted to catch them red-handed. But it wasn't possible because it takes a lot of hard work, and I was already weak, and so had chronic fatigue and all that, and many other things came on me later. They wanted to make me go insane, and many distressing things, like hearing my principal's voice shouting for help. And even after I was, in this condition where the energy was here, the principal's voice, I couldn't even hear her cough. I mean, that's how I would get really concerned about her. And what this enemy has done is black magic. Even her daughter told me that her second son used to say that their mother went to black magicians, sorcerers. And so, yes, the person gets so irritated that there's always this irritation against another person, which this aunt of mine, late aunt, would, then would want us to be irritated by and remain irritated and agitated and aggravated. And the word in Urdu is chirified. किसी से चिर लग जाती है, हो जाती है, तो फिर रहती है, वो चिर रहती है, और फिर हम लोग सही तरह बात नहीं कर सकते, ना रिलेशनशिप्स बनती हैं. तो ऐसे रिलेशनशिप्स टूटती भी हैं. And more so now, I'm taking this kind of an action because of my principal also. Something happened there. Said Hakim was assassinated. And another thing I've been told is that someone tried to attack my principal. Well, I did have this sensing that someone wanted to give my principal cancer. In 1997, I was sensing this. Yes, so one suspect who read my diary and all when I was in London, is this aunt Daulat's son. He had also done something like his mother in London had done in our house, but he didn't have an affair with the maid, and he was sleeping with the maid until he told me that he didn't rape her that night, and that same day, the next day, he was asked to leave because the maid complained against him. But he complained against the maid to me, and he said that he was sleeping with her, the maid, our housemaid, when he had come to spend the nights there in our house. And so it's very sick. I mean, I came back from St. Michael's School and I threw up in my bathroom. It was very bad for me. I had this shock. Because this cousin come brother was like a confidant, I trusted him, even though his mother had done something in London objectionable. I still trusted him, and he had my secrets and all. I mean, not my secrets, but my personal life matters. And yes, so I just feel that I cannot keep quiet. And even if I keep quiet, I will go in a coma. I mean, I don't know what will. It's very bad here, the energy. So I'm letting out some of the things. Yes, and I have to, because there's a self-defense mechanism, and because I could have killed myself, committed suicide, or at least attempted suicide.